it's Ruby, and first of all I apologise for wearing glasses. This is the first time I've ever worn glasses in a video. So today I'm going to be doing a video that has been so highly requested ever since May, when I posted my video saying that I was leaving YouTube for 2 months due to GCSEs, and since then people have been asking for me to do a GCSE opinions, tips and results video. So that is what I'm going to be doing for this week's video. So I think I'm going to start by telling you what I got in my GCSEs, and I've got to say I really am not trying to show off about the grades that I got at all. I worked so hard for these grades. Studying was practically all that I did, and I enjoy studying. I can honestly say that doing GCSEs was the scariest thing I've ever done. Walking into that first exam was terrifying, but they're not actually that bad. The exams themselves aren't bad and the courses are interesting, but here are my grades. Okay, so additional science, I got an A star overall, which was 362 out of 400. English language, I got 377 out of 400, which was an A star. English literature, an A star, 184 out of 200. Further additional science, A star, 398 out of 400. Geography, A star, 398 out of 400. History, A star, 100%. Mathematics, A star. Religious studies, 200 out of 200, A star. Spanish, A star, 300 out of 300. And statistics, A, 171 out of 200. And I got the A because in the coursework I got a B, and in the actual exam paper I got an A star, so it averaged out as an A, which was quite annoying, but I'm ecstatic with my results. However, they didn't come without putting in hard work, and I think that that's the key to success when it comes to GCSEs. You need to be prepared to put in the work. I was doing maybe 10 hours a day and then 6 hours on weekends and 6 hours after school on the lead up to GCSEs, so it wasn't something that just came out of nowhere. And actually, if you watch my Days Studying With Me Christmas edition, that's GCSE revision. If you really care about it, I think it's something that you have to invest lots of time in. But now I'm going to give you some tips on tips that I found helpful, things that I did, which helped me to achieve the grades that I did. I've created a small wonder list on my computer, and so I will be reading them to you, and I'll just elaborate as I'm going along. So my first thing that I cannot stress enough, is you've got to enjoy what you're doing, and you need to find a way to make it personal to you. Subjects such as history, geography, you need to find bits that you find interesting, and from that you can do extra research, and this will just pad out your answers. It will make you sound a lot more sophisticated as well. For example, with geography, we were researching the Maldives, and I became so interested in President Nasheed, so I decided to do some extra research on Nasheed, and then I could include that in my essays. Definitely important to read around your subjects, especially subjects such as English and RS, because you can put in quotes from outside philosophers that you've read, for example, in RS. If I was writing an essay and I thought, okay, it's lacking something, I want a great quote here, perhaps from a modern philosopher or modern politician. I used quite a lot of Obama's quotes actually. Just going on Google and going on Goodreads, finding a quote relevant and just learning a few of those really good modern quotes, I think that they're really useful. Next thing, past papers are a godsend. I'm not even joking. I did so many past papers, and it was definitely the most effective form of revision for me, because you're putting into practice what you've learned, and you can always redo essay questions if you don't do them well the first time. It just pinpoints exactly what you're lacking, because it's usually not very much. It's just cleaning up those tiny mistakes. The next thing, ask your teachers for help, because they will help you. They want you to get the best grade that you can get. So definitely go and talk to your teachers if you don't understand something. That's really important. Make sure that you get a balance. I didn't really get this entirely, especially in the early months of GCSEs. So at the beginning of year 11, I was basically just doing work, and you have to find a balance. By the end of year 11, when I was approaching actually taking the exams, I decided to spend more time reading so that I actually had a break, because otherwise your brain gets too stressed and you just can't function properly. And it's really important to get enough sleep. That is essential. Before your first exam, make sure that you have slept. Revise for all of those end of topic tests and also your mocks. Some people don't revise for their mocks so that they can see what they need to improve on, what they need to revise. I would say revise for your mocks. If you don't get something, that means that's something you actually don't understand, so you need to go over it again. Because a lot of the time, if you don't revise for the mocks, you're going to be missing out on tiny little bits which you would have gotten if you had revised properly for the mocks. And end of topic tests, if you write your revision notes as you go along, you can use that later on because it takes such a long time, and if you stagger it and you do it as you're going along, it's just not going to be as laborious when you come to the end. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you found this helpful, and again, remember that I'm not trying to brag or boast about my results in any way, shape or form. This was a requested video and I wanted to share my tips with you because I want you to achieve the best grade that you can achieve. So thank you again for watching and have a productive week.